I made a huge, huge financial mistake.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Ashley.
Josh.
And this is Ohio Off-Road. We are so awkward.
Yeah. So I guess I have to address a couple things. Like, where have we been? Why haven't we put out videos and some new updates that we did to maybe get on the trails a little bit more and stuff like that? But first, I guess, why haven't we done videos? Like, so to be honest, guys, it just gets hard. Like, every video I put out, I'm the one that edits. I'm usually the one that films. Ashley films sometimes when she's
I edit
working.
sometimes too.
She's edited, I think, 2 total videos, and I think I did like...
helped with more.
I think I did, maybe 100 videos now? I don't know, somewhere around there.
I've helped with others.
But every video I do takes like 10, 12 hours. And that's with me not being the best editor and other stuff, but it's still something I like to do. But I wanted to continue it being something I like to do. Because like you ask everybody, when they get into, when their job becomes, when their hobby becomes their job, they will slowly hate that hobby that they used to have that is now their job. So that's what, just had to take a break, and hopefully we're going to get back into the swing of things. I was trying to do a video every week. I don't think that's realistic, especially for us. Maybe a video every 2 weeks. So if you guys still want to watch, we're still going to start putting videos out about every 2 weeks, because a video every week is hard for us, because we both work, 40 plus hours a week, plus all the regular house maintenance you have to do, all the car maintenance we have to do, because we had to do a lot of car maintenance.
Lots.
Lot. So one of the things we had our tow rig. It's a 17 Ram, blew up transmission. So I think for probably 2 months now, we've been working on getting that all back together, and we finally just got it done. And I've been driving it around the block for maybe 3 days now. And I hate to say it, it might have to come all back out again.
What?
Yeah, so we're having a slip on, what is it, a slip on 2.3. It's acting really funny. I don't know what it is. We had a code. I cleared the code. I'm waiting for the code to come back. But the real reason why we had to do it was we
don't have it ready.
broke apart really bad.
It's a big part.
Yeah, so here's an input shaft on a 68 RFE. And we completely twisted it. And the reason why, so when we got the check engine codes for the truck, I was like, oh, that sucks. It just called out, P0740, I think was the code. It called out torque converter lockup and pump. So I'm like, oh, a torque converter and a pump, I can do that. I'm like, that's not a big deal. I'm like, I can rip that transmission out, replace the pump, put a new torque converter in it, and then we can drive it however long. Because this transmission was built was built factory specs 20,000 miles ago. So it's a new transmission, but it's Dodge, and I just think they don't know how to build transmissions. I'll never get sponsored by Dodge, but it is what it is. Ford, if you're out there, send me a truck. I need it, all right? But so we spent tons and tons of time like getting that thing all together, getting it all torn apart. And like when that's all going on, like it plays a big effect in my mental health. Like it's like I have all this stuff I need to do. It's like, okay, I have to put up videos. I have to get the truck fixed. I have to get the Jeep fixed. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do that. And then on top of it,
wheeling season was right around the corner.
And work got extremely stressful for pretty much half a year. So we had a couple scary moments going on with work, but especially with a lot of the companies having to do cutbacks and stuff like that. So all that just kind of played in a huge mental effect on me and her and all of us. So we just kind of left YouTube. Life happens. I'm not trying to get any kind of you know, special treatment from anybody. We all have our own things that happen in life, and that's why we have been making videos for a while. But here soon, we're gonna start it back up, starting now, hopefully. But you are live now. It's, I think it's end of June.
Yep.
So we did a couple trips already. We did film those. They probably aren't the best filming things because it's still one of those, hey, am I going to continue the YouTube thing, or what am I going to do? And so we kind of half butt filmed them, but we're getting them all edited and all out. But with that, I think the more exciting part of this video is I made a huge, huge financial mistake. That's all I did.
It was all him too.
It was.
It wasn't even me.
It was. So
I guess I didn't stop it, so I aided, but
yeah,
it was all him.
Yeah, so once again, I made another financial mistake. We went and bought that. So this new shit box is our new Jeep. So I think maybe 8 months ago, I was gonna unbuild the blue Jeep and make it a driver because one, we needed a new daily driver. So we drove out to Maryland, we bought Rubicon axles. We were gonna put Rubicon axles in the blue Jeep and unbuild it, and then get back and finish the other. We're gonna build the TJ, which we're still building it. It's just gonna be delayed.
It's on pause till winter.
And we're gonna build a YJ, all for rock crawling, and we're gonna make the 4-door like an overland rig. But we ended up stumbling on a pretty good deal on this. Ended up picking it up, drove out to PA, picked it up fairly cheap. I mean, Jeeps aren't cheap, but it is fairly cheap for a Jeep. It's got high mileage, 112,000 miles. Mm-hmm. And it's got 3.6, this is 2015. And it's a Rubicon, it has everything we want.
Rubicon.
Yeah. Pinky's out now, we're Rubicon owners, we're fancy. But,
like Applebee's.
But it already had like bigger tires on it, 35-inch tires, already had a winch. Like nothing on this Jeep is stuff that I would have personally done. Because it has a Smitty-built winch, Smitty-built bumper, I think a Smitty-built rear bumper, and it has rock slides that we have put on it. Right there's this factory rock slides.
Over in the other garage, we have the other rock slides.
Yeah, over in the other garage, we got the other rock slides. Ashley likes to stay stationary, so we're gonna move around.
I don't like staying stationary.
Yeah, but we got this 35-inch tires, stock. I think it's a 2-inch lift or 2.5-inch lift. I don't know, but we ran into problems with this, kind of, not really.
Yeah. Nah.
So I'll put some pictures in it. It's something I was thinking about filming, but once again, I'm not good at YouTube. But we had sway bar problem, so we had to go and clean out the sway bar. Picture here. So that was an absolute mess. And with buying new Jeeps or used Jeeps, I guess, off of people, you always gotta question their quality of work. And I'm sure whenever somebody buys a Jeep off of me, hey, I'll give you guys a hint. Look at the quality of the work. It's not the best.
They're going to question a lot of things we did.
Yeah, but there's an ABS line. When we bought it off the guy, he said it just needs a sensor. So I put the JScan app on it, drove it on the block. It is the left rear speed sensor that needed replaced. So I went to this parts store and I replaced that, and it's an easy fix. Everybody knows how to do it. There's millions and millions of videos out doing that. So I wasn't going to bore anybody with that. But what ended up happening, they cut some wire back there, and they cut the ABS wire for some odd reason, and they tried to splice it together. The splice job that they did was lackluster. It wasn't the best, so I spliced it all in and got it all running. So now we have cruise control and ABS and traction control all on the Overland rig. So we're gonna see, but we're gonna take this a lot of places, hopefully.
Starting this weekend.
Yeah, starting this weekend. So the next video, I'm gonna do skid plates and stuff like that. But this is the rig we bought.
So you're probably thinking, why in the world did they need another Jeep? Granted, we did say that we need another, reliable daily driver, stuff like that.
Yeah, reliable daily driver. So we go buy a Jeep. They are notoriously unreliable.
Pshaw.
We just don't use common sense.
Our real reason for buying this is to overland.
Yep.
So one thing that Josh and I really want to do is to be able to just pack up the Jeep, go across the country, go to Utah, go to Colorado, go anywhere where there's the beautiful mountain passes. Just go, camp wherever we want, well, within limits.
Yep.
And then be able to drive back.
Yeah.
Because, guys, it is a hassle taking the blue Jeep with the trailer and the camper and the truck and hauling it across the country.
And plus you get 10 miles per gallon in the diesel truck. Maybe. Maybe if we're lucky we get 10 miles per gallon.
Maybe.
Yep.
Now, granted, we're still going to do all that stuff.
Yeah,
because
we're still going to do that.
we're still rock crawlers.
Still going to be rock crawlers at heart. And this thing, it's going to see like some harder trails. But it's like I just want to have something to pack up and go and run trails. And we learned there's tons of trails over in PA. There's tons of trails down in West Virginia. That
Virginia.
They're not hard. So like taking the blue Jeep out to these trails, especially once you start figuring truck, trailer, Jeep, everything
Diesel.
else. Yeah, all that stuff. It's a hassle to get all that stuff done when I can just take the Jeep, especially if we're just gonna make a quick weekend trip of it, go explore these areas, and if we don't even camp, just get a hotel for the night and then drive it back home. I mean,
Absolutely.
We'll see how it works, but it should be fun. It's gonna be something to do for us. What else?
We do have a little side bet competition kind of going on how long it's going to stay stockish and able to be overland.
Hopefully forever. There's a reason why I bought it, and I just have to remind myself that reason. And I'm not trying to make a rock crawler. I already know 4 doors do not make the best rock crawlers.
Pshaw, ours does just fine.
Yeah. So I already know 4 doors do not make the best rock crawlers. They just get body damage all over them because the bodies are so big. So got this 4 door to try to keep it nice. I mean, it's still going to have body damage. We're still going to off-road it. But I'm not trying to do anything wild with it. We have 2 other prime candidates to make them true rock crawlers over this Jeep. And to be honest, once you start, getting bigger axles and stuff, and even if you're doing junkyards, it's still minimum. Once you figure tires, wheels, axles, it's minimum $10,000 bill. And I don't want to pay $10,000 and then not be able to drive it again.
Very true.
Yeah. So, I guess one more thing, and then I'll end it. And I already forgot. No, but we're not going to be like the traditional overlanders, where it's going to be, hey, to do this right, we might grow into that, right? To do this right, you have to have a rooftop tent. You have to have all these gadgets. You got to have this clean water. You have to have this.
Or a trailer.
Yeah, or overland trailer. We're gonna be
Minimalist
overlanders, and we already have some things set up. We gotta show you the one. Well, maybe not. We got a picture, right?
Yeah, we can show the picture.
Yeah,
it's a really cute picture.
We got a picture.
I must say.
I'll add it in right there. So
the real star of the show is down below.
Yeah. So, what kind of made me want to do this? Rob, if you're watching this,
Rob and Erica, this is all you guys.
You guys are terrible influence on me. So we wheeled with these guys, 2 years ago. Moab, he had an orange JK. It was an orange JK. They drove all the way out there. It was a Rubicon. Drove all the way out there.
37s?
Ran 38s.
38s?
But it still stocks parts as far as like stock axle housings. He got a lot of stuff done on the insides, right? But stock axle housings for the most part on 38s, 37s. And this thing performed great out there, and they didn't have to tow it. They were able to just drive it all the way out there. They ran Pritchett with us, and they did fine. I think we had to pull cable for them a couple times on Pritchett.
Maybe 2, maybe 3.
Which, when you really consider that, it's like, well, I towed my car all the way out there. I'm on 42s. I made a clean run all the way through Pritchett. Jeff did the same thing. He had a winch once or twice. Same time as Rob did. So it's one of those where, like, you start to realize, like, to run a lot of these trails, I was always under the impression that
you needed those big tires.
You need 40s. I mean, to do off-roading right? I think this is a trap that we all kind of fall into. You see the big YouTubers, and all they're saying, you need to have 40s, you need to have 1-ton axles, you need to spend $20,000 on your Dynatracs, your Fusions, your Curries, whatever the heck it is. You need to spend all this money when people really start to think about it. $20,000 might be what you make a whole year after taxes, or what you make a half a year after taxes. So it's like, you don't need to spend all that money to go out and enjoy the trails. Like, you can go buy a Jeep that we bought. We bought this Jeep for $20,000. So it's an axle for some people. So it's a set of axles, and we're gonna go wheel it. It's gonna break. And heck, if we lose an engine, we lose a transmission. These things are the new XJ. They made millions and millions of them, and that's why we want JK route. 1, they're cheaper. 2, I can get parts everywhere. And 10 years from now, it's going to be even more. Even like 5 years from now, it's just going to keep increasing how fast you can get parts. Mm-hmm. So your engines, blow engine, blow transfer case, blow transmission, all those parts are going to be a dime a dozen here soon. So,
I mean, if we blow the transfer case in this, then,
yeah.
The blue Jeep has one that we could just steal and
yeah.
upgrade the blue Jeep to an Atlas.
Yeah, and then blue Jeep gets Atlas. That's all it is. So, like, everything we take off the blue Jeep gets Atlas. We blow the engine in this or transmission in that. There's a engine sitting right there in the blue Jeep with 17,000 miles on it. We just go rip that all out of it, put an LS in the blue Jeep, and then we got this.
Right now, we could just steal that one.
Yeah.
Until that one's done.
Right.
But not liking that idea.
We definitely rambled on a lot. I'm sorry for all this rambling. And we're going to get videos out every 2 weeks. Hopefully, don't hold me to it, because, guys, life gets busy, especially when you're working full time and you got all your other responsibilities to worry about. So YouTube takes a back seat. But we're going to put videos out, and we haven't forgotten about the TJ LJ build. We'll probably get back onto that. Hopefully,
the poor things on the ground.
Yeah, the poor little fellows on the ground. We're hopefully get back to that. Hopefully October, November, and maybe get it running by next year.
We do still have more car maintenance to do.
Yeah.
I broke the blue Jeep.
Yeah, so she broke the blue Jeep.
He broke it. I finished it.
Yep.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. I hope you guys like this. I'm sure you didn't, but
don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Drop us a comment below. Ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss us the next time.
Yep. Sorry for rambling. Adios.
Bye, guys. We'll see you on the trail real soon.